Cibolo, you made that beat.
Back at it again. Here we are. I'm your boy E. Tal.
This is Mike Daniel, Alamo City All-Stars, proud supporter of Super Sports Media.
Lonny Hubbard, Steele basketball head coach.
With the best smile in high school basketball coaching. You got the best smile, coach. You know that, right?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you do, man. You do, man. That smile to me, like I always tell you, man, that smile is so contagious, man. You know, if one thing your players can grab from you is just that attitude you have, man. Win,
Yes,
lose,
sir.
or draw, you are just going to give some positivity from it. You're going to learn from it, but at the same time, you're going to do it with a smile on your face. And I really appreciate that about you, coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Well, hey, man, thank you again for joining us. I meant to have you on a little bit earlier, but as we got this rolling, I kind of
Sorry.
schedules and things just didn't work out. But you know, you're one of my guys I cover, so we are gonna. I didn't send you schedules or questions about Steele basketball, but we want to talk a little Steele basketball because
Yes, sir.
like I tell everybody they all know I follow Cole so well because of my nephew, but no one knows I have 3 kids that graduated from Steele, and I'm always alumnus of Steele, so I gotta talk and support the Knights. Everybody don't understand that, coach.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so having 3 kids that graduated from there, and then having you right there in the backyard, you and Clemens, I make sure hey, I'm gonna do my part for you guys. All right, so
Yes,
you
sir.
never have anything to worry about.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go ahead to these questions here. All right, coach. My first one. All right, what do you believe are the key factors to the contribution as far as to help you have the winning success that you've had because you've been to state tournament several times, if I'm right, twice, right? Or was it 3?
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah. So 3 times going to state and then just having the players come through the program and win and go on. You have had players go into college and be successful there. So can you talk about all that?
No doubt, no doubt. And that's the thing about the community that we're in. We're right next to Randolph Air Force Base. We get a lot of great kids. And that's the main part about it. It's I'd be lying to you if I didn't sit there and tell you, that we get great kids, and we do. So to me, all the credit goes to them because they're the ones out there doing the work. And the community is great for us. We get support and all that fun stuff. But for me, and I'll say this later on probably as well because this is what I'm built off of. It's fun. It's fun. You've got to have fun, in the things that you do, as a coach, and in turn, the kids see that, so it's got to be fun. I'm not about, just, that person that's going to be ranting and raving all the time and they're just scared of me and stuff like that. But it's going to be fun. That was one of the things that we had to do from the very beginning to change the culture, the way we do things, and that's something that we're able to do and we can continue to do. But it's got to be fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing as good a job.
And I will say, I've had many players come for your program that I actually had my hands on. That's one thing they do give credit to, what you just said, Coach. They say they love playing for you, man. They don't. They just love whatever how you run your practices to the X's and O's on the board. They just love that. They just love that energy you bring, and that's why I think it all starts with that smile and the
Yes,
way
sir.
you just do it, man. You
Yes,
have a great
sir.
job at it. You do a great job,
Yes.
phenomenal job,
Appreciate that.
Mike.
All right, Coach. Can you share some insights into your coaching philosophy and the specific strategies and systems you implemented that have enabled your teams to consistently win? Now, I know you just spoke on the fun factor and making sure that it's a positive environment, but what else are you doing outside of that, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great question. To me, our kids, they know, and I think that they learn that. We get compliments all the time, but we're gonna play hard. We're going to play hard. That's an effort thing for us. And there's a lot of times that you can't control. Sometimes there's games when the ball won't go in the hole. Some things are going wrong, but that doesn't stop you from playing hard. So to me, it's got to be a consistent thing. Is we play hard, and on that end, that comes a lot with us playing defense. I want to be one of the better teams defensively, in the region, if not the state, because that's a lot of effort. It takes effort to deny. It takes effort to talk, and all those things. So I think the defense, the effort, and offensively, you got to understand it's like it's sharing. And this guy might get 20 this game, this guy might get 10 this game, because there's been several times in the past that we've beaten teams that are those one-man teams. And those teams are great, but if we're a one-man team, we'll win some games, but we won't win the games, in those situations. So no, I think that's a great philosophy for us, it's mainly you got to go come out and you play hard and you're going to guy right next to you.
Love it. I love it.
Yes, sir. So
He not feeling about that defense. He not feeling about that defense. Coach teaches defense, man. They stress that. All right, Coach. So how do you approach your player development, and what are some of the specific techniques or drills that you use to help your players improve their individual skill set and basketball IQ?
okay. Yeah, and the thing about it, and sometimes people, get into that effect of being a high school coach, and you think that they know something, and you can't assume that. There's a lot of our kids, we have a good mix that some have lots of trainers that do all those fundamental things, but who's to say every trainer does what they're supposed to do? So we can't, as high school coaches, trust that they all know that. Some don't have the means for that. So we're basics. We're basics. You always hear stuff, D up, D up, D up, but how? How do you D up? So we break it down to the fundamental stuff that you should know, but it's on us if that's not taught. So we break things down, and from cone drills, to read and react, stuff like that. That's the best offense, and we're trying to get to that point. Anybody can get there and scout us and know what kind of motion we're running and probably beat us to a spot, but when we're reading and reacting and we're simply playing basketball because it's been taught, that's hard to guard. So to us, it's almost to dumb it down and let's learn from the beginning because we can't assume that somebody taught them that.
Wow. So enhanced freedom. I love that. I love that thought process right there. Be a ball player, not a robot mentality. That's
Exactly.
that's that's phenomenal right there, Coach.
So
So with that being said, what role does strength and conditioning play in your program, and how do you incorporate it to help your players reach their maximum potentials?
okay, yeah, and that's perfect because that kind of goes along with it. That's one of the things that we're trying to do, and we've had a little bit of success in the past. Strength conditioning is huge for us. In the off season, we'll get in there and we'll lift 3 times a week. During the season, we'll try and lift like on Wednesday, Saturday, just to maintain. It's you can't expect them to play with certain individuals. I'll be honest, when we go up north and we play against, the Dallas area teams, hey, we'll get beat up if we don't do those things, and they're physical down there, or up there. So we have to get to that point. It pushes us to get in the weight room and get bigger, stronger, faster. You can't ask them to do certain things and guard these guys.
Coach?
So we have to
There
provide
you go.
that, because then we really attack the mentality, and we have them be a person that is, you know, demanding. We're finding leaders. We actually break them up into groups, and we go outside on the football field, and we do a lot of work. But we'll blow the whistle. They have to get on a knee and listen to a coach, and that coach is one of the players. They get on the knee and listen to them for like 30 seconds, and then we break and we go on to the next station. That helps us, to find those leaders, and to get them to realize, this is us. It's just not that guy, and we rotate the leaders and things like that. So yeah, it's a huge process for us with the off season and bigger, stronger, faster, and that's both physically and mentally.
Well, that's kind of a great lead into my next question. Can you describe the approach, as you did a little bit already, as far as your team culture and how you build camaraderie amongst your players? And then how do you
Yeah,
foster that environment to bring out
right,
the best in the team?
right. And I love it because, like I said earlier, the kids can finish the sentence, because I've said a million times when we're sitting there in a huddle, hey, we can do these things right here and we can win a lot of games. But unless we do these extra little things, we won't win the games. And the games are the ones that, when we're playing, those really, really, really good teams, and you make that move, and usually they're not there because they're good. And next thing you know, they're still standing there. That move usually works, but it don't work now. But now what are you gonna do? It's the little things that come into it. So we definitely have the we over me because, like I said, we've beaten several teams that are one man team, whether we chase them around, whatever might be the case, but when they have two, three, four guys, that can do those things, it's hard. It's hard, being have any kind of defensive scheme is harder when you have multiple guys that can play, So it is definitely a we over me situation for us to get where we want to get to. It's going to have to be we. Okay, we don't have those me's, I haven't had a 6'8", 6'9" walk through the gym in a while, so it's definitely got to be is we.
Love that. Love that mentality. So obviously you've got some schools that feed into Steele. What are some of the strategies and tools that you use to identify your incoming freshmen from the feeder schools, coach?
Okay. Yeah, good question. And that's a necessary entity, man. I'd love to tell you that it's real simple, but their season kind of coincides with ours. So it makes it really, really hard to get down there and watch them play a ton. But, we do when we can and go watch them play. It's a matter of being seen and communicating, with the coaches, the junior high coaches, communicating with them and I just did that just the other day at the football game, and they're telling me about some seventh graders, So it's a great thing to be able to do, but it's you have to be seen. Those kids see that. Those kids see that, So and the biggest thing that we probably have for us that really really helps us is summer league. Summer league, yeah, we get our incoming freshmen in a summer league, and they'll play anywhere from 8 to 10 games, which is as much as they play during the year, for a junior high. But we're at every one of them, and we go watch them play. We have a communication with them. That's where we really really build a bond, with those kids, And then of course we have camp as well for incoming seventh, eighth, and ninth graders. It's a matter of being seen, and letting them know, hey, we're there and we're watching because you just can't assume, we really can't because honestly at our middle school, man, you can come to Steele or there's a way to get to Clemens. So, we have to. It's competitive.
It's
Love
true.
it.
That's hard. So, hey, coach, so in your experience, what are some of the, with everything just kind of basketball changing the way it changed as far as the high school scope of it all? What's some of the biggest challenges and obstacles that you have had to overcome as a high school basketball coach? And how have you
That's
navigated through those challenges?
okay. And you're right. There's a ton of challenges that go into it. Even yesterday, we end up having some tough games, some really good games, but games that we needed, and we might have come up a little bit short, but there's nothing wrong. We won a lot of games, since the last time we threw the ball up for real. We won a ton, but it's in perspective. Sometimes people will panic, and freak out because this didn't happen or that didn't happen. And it makes it difficult because a lot of times there are going to be outside sources that, are in our kids' heads, and it makes it hard. So, and like I tell the kids all the time, if you hear it from one of us, then okay, but if not, then you have to believe in what we're saying, So for us, it's staying true to who we are and staying true to what we're saying, and like I said, it makes it hard nowadays because I'll be the first person to tell you I have not. And it's probably I don't know how many can say that, but I have not been one of those go out there and say, hey, come to our school, hey, come to our school. I'm not going to go out there and recruit players, and that happens out there nowadays. That happens. And I'm not going to do that because I'm going to stay true to the guys that we have. The guys that walk in the door, I'm going to coach them. We're going to coach them. And we're going to make the best of what we have because I'm not going to be that person that goes out and gets someone, and all of a sudden this kid's been with me for like 3, 4 years, yet I went and recruited somebody else, and now he don't even play. He probably deserves to play. Somebody moves in, that's great. But I'm gonna stay true to who we are. And why? Because I believe we can coach. And we're gonna coach them up and make them, successful. Throughout the things that we do.
All right, coach. Can you share an example of a game or season where your team faced adversity? How did you lead them through that to ultimately achieve success?
Good. That's right when we were coming on the scene, and it's two examples. One, when we were coming on the scene in 2013. We finished third in our district. We were number three. We just got blown out by Corpus Christi Carroll, who's extremely good. They had three cats that could play in our own gym, and they danced all over our court and everything because that made them win district. But we ended up getting third in that year, and then we went on and we ended up beating it was Madison and Judson. Round three, we get to see Corpus Christi Carroll again, and we we mixed it again, taking advantage of who you have and being able to coach the kids up. We ran something that they hadn't seen, and next thing you know, we're sending those guys home. So that was extremely fun. Then we ended up going to the regional tournament and ended up winning the first game, and then we saw Brandeis. And Brandeis was like 35-2. They're really, really, really good. And there's we're in Edinburgh. We're in we're in Edinburgh. This is crazy, a crazy story. We're in Edinburgh, and usually when teams go from here, which is 4.5, 5 hour trip, you get like a charter. And they told us, "Hey, man, we didn't get you one because we didn't think y'all get that far." So here we are driving the yellow dog all the way to Edinburgh. So that was tough in itself. The coach is having to rotate and drive, but we won that first game. Then we played Brandeis in the regional final, and we look at the paper here. There's a big old giant article on Brandeis. It's a little bitty thing on us. We're like, all right, it's all good, man. But we ended up they got after us in the first half, but second half we came out and did our thing, and that was fun because it's like make them believe, and that's the type of thing that we did that year. So that was really fun jumping on the scene in that situation. But then in 2019 we had the same type of thing. We started 0-4 in 2019. 0-4. That was Langston Love, Pabina Davis, Elijah Comethier, that group. And we're 0-4. So the sky is falling, and we kept on believing. And we ended up again going to the state semis and being 30-9. But to start, in fact, our shirts, that's what they said, 0-4 to the Final Four. So it's just a matter of it's getting them to believe and stay true again, to what we're trying to do and establish. So it was good. Those two instances going to stand out the most for me.
Coach,
They
as
made
far as
y'all take
go
the
ahead.
yellow school bus to the valley.
You can ask that question.
Man, yes. They said all the buses because it's football playoffs and everything. So there wasn't anything out there. They're like, man, I was like, all right, all right. But yeah, we sure
Wow.
did. Yes, that made that
Wow.
trip that much better.
Wow.
It did. Yep, yep. That's crazy.
And they do that like that when they first starting out. Remember, that was a brand new school still. They were still, what you were, what, 6 years into the, it's just 6, 7 years in, right,
Yeah,
Coach?
yeah, yeah. We're about 6 years in.
Yeah, they weren't.
Hmm.
Hey,
Yep.
they don't have that budget they have now. See, they got the budget now. Coach, listen, if that happen now, Coach ain't letting that happen now. He makes sure he got the
Exactly.
money, right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when it comes to scouting and checking out your competition, because I know you're one of the schools that do that, you do kind of like to get a plan ahead. How important is that teaching your players and just showing them like what we need to look for so we can prepare and
Right,
you can be well adjusted
right,
to get against the team?
right, right. Yeah, I think it's a necessity, for you. You can't. it doesn't matter who you're playing. You have to be ready for it, and you have to respect every opponent. You might be playing someone that's terrible, but we're still going to go through the motions, and do the things that we're supposed to do. Because otherwise, I'd feel foolish by not. All of a sudden, we lose, and I didn't do my job. So you can't say, oh, we'll scout these guys because they're really good, but these guys, hey, let's just go play because we can just show up and win. And that's when you get beat. And on the other end of that. We try our best in everything that we do to get those guys ready for college. And I've sat in a meeting room with Coach Drew at Baylor. They invited us in there for the scouting report and all that stuff. Man, they watch film like crazy at the next level. So we don't want kids going in and not knowing how to watch film because that's a tough thing to do. There's a way to go about it. You don't just watch it. It's not like watching TV. A lot of our kids, when we first teach them, they're just looking at the good things that they did, and making their highlights. You got to find the bad things and make those better. That's how you learn, So yeah, that's something they got to know how to watch film, and that's preparing them for the next level as well.
Man, film. Yeah. So, Coach, this next question, right? As far back as I've known you from when I first met you on the officiating scene, no matter where I've seen you, no matter what environment I've seen you, like Rally Tally said, you've got a bright smile on your face. Whether it's fall ball, whether it's during a contested district battle, no matter what it is, you've got a smile on your face. What has helped keep that smile on your face, and how have you maintained your work balance with being head coach of Steele within the community that you're in and your administrative and school duties, as teacher and whatnot? How have you maintained all of that, Coach, and still smile?
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, it is. It's perspective. It really is. Life is good. Life is good. I got. That's a line of clothing that I have a ton of shirts of. Life is good. And I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that he's never going to give me anything that I can't control. And y'all know what I mean by he. But that's why there's a big smile on my face, all the time because I know I can handle the things that are given to me, and the balancing things with at school and all. I forgot who it was that actually told me that, but it's like they say the best coaches are also great teachers. I'm not a coach that's going to be one of those coaches that goes in the classroom and here's a handout. I want to teach. I want my class to be the best class. I'm a competitor. I want to win everything. If that means my class is the best class, and I'm teaching and people enjoy my class and they learn, they come back to me saying, Coach, hey, that interview we had in class was easier than the one that I had in my actual job. That's what I want. It's about making the difference, in these kids' lives. And I think that's something you've got to be able to do, and you've got to be able to have fun doing it. I tell people all the time, like those questions nowadays, it's like I'm old or something, but they're like, so when you getting out? When you getting out? I said, you'll know when I get out, because if I stop having fun, then here are my keys, but I still enjoy what I do, and that's the fun part about it is when you get these kids and you see how they get better, both on the court and off the court. You see them mature, and you think you just might have had a little part in that, and it's all worth it.
Man, to hear you continue to incorporate fun at the level that you're at, the stage that you're at, with the groups you have, I salute that. That's kudos, man, because that means you're doing what you love, and then you're making it bigger than better than you're making it more than just basketball too. And so that's, man, salute, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, I got a question real quick. I didn't send you, and it's about Mr. Gonzalez over there. His
Sniper,
progression.
sniper, sniper,
Listen,
sniper in the building.
Yeah, yeah.
well, that's just it. That's why I want to kind of just give you a little kudos on, because again, the ridicule was there when you put him on varsity basketball as a freshman, and then last year you had all the seniors leaving and everything, and he was one of the main role players. So this year, watching you guys play and seeing his maturity and seeing his leadership on the court. Coach, can we talk about that? Like I know that was a hard job. I know it was kind of challenging for you because I was there a little bit, to hear about and everything. But can you talk about how you knew, what you were doing in that way? And I hate to say it like that, but you did, Coach. You got to call it. You really knew what you were building, and you got, and now, and I think it's coming forward for you. So can you just talk about that a little bit?
No, no problem at all. And Logan is a great kid. He's a great kid, great family, and simply put, he just does what he's asked to do plus. He right now he does everything we ask. We have, unfortunate situation last year, at Javon Tolliver, who probably would have been the leading rebounder in the history of Steele High School if he hadn't gotten hurt, and he goes down, 10 games into the season, and who steps up and is our leading rebounder? It's Logan, and like I'll say, he's a sniper. He don't need to go in there, but he did. He does so many little things, from talking. You go to a game, y'all been, that guy's talking all over the court. He does everything that is needed. He's a coach's dream in that situation, and that's the thing about it. I think he's worked so hard. He has worked so hard. Even the last year, Coach Bogus and him got together a little bit, and we changed his shot a little bit, and now he shoots. It's normal. He used to kind of shoot, with almost two hands, and now he's shooting normal. But the thing is, he still made shots before. To make that little bitty adjustment and to look the part, and we didn't want anything turning off coaches, on him, and sometimes, a shot like that might do it, so we fix those little things, but to work like he worked and to adjust and fix his shot, when it was already going in, there's a lot of kids that be like, I already made my shot. I'm not changing nothing, you know, and he was willing to do it and did it. And you see, he's still that guy, but I can't say enough, whoever ends up, with him at the next level is going to be quite happy, because that guy, sky's the limit, and he works. I can't say enough. He works so hard. He really, really does. That's a guy that I'm not going to be like, Logan, I got to have more effort. That guy's going to bring it all the time, and we'll sit there and say things like that in practice, and I tell my kids, I hope it makes you mad. Then be like it. That's what we want. We want those. We all play that way. Then we can play a long time.
And, that's the funny part. That's the same thing Coach V said. Because, he goes to the uncommon camps and things like that. He's going to uncommon kids. And again, that's the main thing. That's the exact same thing Coach V said. He works so hard. He works so hard. And like I think was it Kobe who said it, to where though you don't see, you see my results, but you don't see the work I put in to get the results.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
he's
right.
that kid. And that's why, and again, I really want to bring light to him. And the main reason for me is because in the beginning, his dad and his family was like, Coach, look how good he's doing. I'm like, yeah, but it's not his time yet. Listen, when it's his time, that young man, and now I believe everything's coming together for him.
Right.
And you can see it. The shots there, like you just said, the reps are being there to where he's getting the good looks. That the team you guys have around him is really there looking for that extra pass. And I think now he'll have. I'm looking for him to have a great year this year, Coach.
Yeah. And it's a fortunate group because him and there's several on that team that just have. This is one of the, if not the, we'll see in the next couple of years. But it could be the smartest team I've ever had. They do a great job, and they know the game, and we've had a little hiccup or so here and there, but man, these guys share the ball to a fault, So it's tough to beat teams that share the ball like that. They're unselfish bunch, As long as we play that way, great things are going to happen.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. Come up to rapid fire.
Well, before we go to rapid fire, since you brought up my man Logan, Logan used to come when I started at the Sportsplex with Back to Basics basketball camps. And Logan is the true epitome of what Kobe always talked about. Kobe, since you brought up Kobe as well, Kobe used to have a reference. If I work out at 6 a.m. instead of waiting until 12 p.m., I'm going to get 3 hours of workouts on top of guys. When you do that 5 times a week, that's 15 extra hours. 4 weeks, that's 60 extra hours in a month. After the year, I've got 720 extra hours on guys and the competition. That's Logan right now. Those 200 to 300 shots a day that he's been putting in for the last 12 months is starting to pay off. And now we're talking about Logan. Coach, I got to ask you, I wasn't going to, but since he brought it up, your guard play is ridiculous. You have 2 certified flamethrowers with cannons opposite each other because you got Maurice on the other side of Logan. Are you ready for that?
Man, I am more than ready for that. Shoot, you're exactly right, man. Yeah, that's so true. It's gonna be very difficult for teams to guard us, So and then top that all off, we got some guys that can beat you off the dribble. Who's gonna
Chris,
help? You can't help. Yeah, you can't help off of those guys.
You like if they play zone, you got sniper 1 and sniper 2 with range, not just they got range. Then you got Chris breaking down whomever he wants. Like, oh God bless. Like, yeah, it's gonna be fun to come watch y'all.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because like we've been saying all summer, guard play rules the world. You got a tough guard and you got flamethrowers.
Yeah. Oh, Josh Rice can get to it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. No, that's good. That's a good thing. I like it. It's gonna be fun. That's what it's all about.
ET, get that rapid fire, ET.
You missed my, so you didn't see me send my message. Okay, then I don't have the rapid fire.
Oh, I didn't. I got it. I got you. Okay, I got you.
I'm not rapid fire ready, Coach. I'm sorry.
Hey, bet good. That's why we a team. We a team in this. I got you. Hey, Coach. Okay, so rapid fire. I got a series of questions, and just choose one.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Pizza or calzone?
Man, I'm gonna go with calzone.
Wow. Okay. Cowboys or Ravens today?
Oh man, Tyler will tell you this, man. I'm a Cowboy fan. I know he's an Eagle fan, but I'm a Cowboy fan.
Hey, Eagles just squeaked the one out. They had a hell of a play that opened up for them. They just got by one.
And got the Saints too. That's good.
Yes. Cheeseburger or hot dog?
I gotta go with the burger.
Winter or summer?
Man, you know what?
Now hold on. Now, not San Antonio though, because winter in San Antonio is summer. So like a normal place, winter or summer.
Okay. When you saying that, it kind of changed my mind. I'm definitely summer. I'll take the heat, man. I'll take the heat. That's okay. I got no problem with that. Last time it was bad, crazy weather here. My doggone ceiling caved in with snow. So yeah, I had a pipe burst and everything. So I'm definitely about that heat.
Okay, Kobe or LeBron?
Oh my gosh, man, I'm a Laker fan too, man. That's tough. Ooh, but you asked me that 5 years ago. I was like straight Kobe. But man, LeBron's doing some things now, man. That holy moly, ah, oh, I hate it. That's a tough question. I'm gonna go with that's that close, man. I gotta go LeBron. I got to.
Oh wow.
I do.
Okay, since you're a Laker fan, okay, I'm gonna hit you with another one. Shaq or Wilt?
Man, I was around enough to see Shaq play, so Wilt was the guy, but I guess I didn't see him enough. So I gotta go with the Diesel on that one.
Okay. Now I got a two-part wing question for you. Barbecue or buffalo?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the barbecue.
Surprising the barbecue answers we've gotten. Okay, drums or flats?
I'm all about that drum. I'm all about that drum. All about that drum.
Fair enough. Now, with that being said, Rally Tally loves a fun fact. Coach, give the people a Snapple fun fact that we would never know about you.
Oh man, that's I'm not a man. There's a. Y'all ever been to Vegas?
Yes.
I'm on the way there tonight.
Are you really? Man, go on up to that stratosphere and jump off that thing for me. That was fun. I did that.
What?
Airborne.
Are you serious, Coach?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can jump off the stratosphere?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah,
What
they'll let you
bungee
punch you right
jumping?
off that thing, man.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's a
I'm not doing
blast,
none of
man.
that. Okay.
It's an experience. It's an experience for sure.
Oh, I bet it is.
Oh
Yeah.
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 That's good stuff. That is definitely good
Okay.
stuff.
All right. Well, hey, Coach, man, I really appreciate this time. Again, thank you. One, taking out your day. Two, right before the Cowboys start. I know they starting
Oh
right
yeah.
now. So thank you again, man. And again, I'm gonna love why covering you this upcoming season. You got a real good, you got a great group that's gonna
Yes, sir. And I
prosper
appreciate
this year.
y'all, man. Appreciate y'all what you do, man. And anybody that helps our kids, man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of. So we appreciate what y'all do.
Well, Coach, with me being at the Sportsplex and you being right in my backyard, I get a lot of guys that are feeding into you and Coach Bell over at Clemens. So just watching what you do, where I can get guys together. Hey, we're going to the Steele game tonight, because you're a program that I love to support. Hey,
Sir.
you guys need to get ready for Coach H, man. Like this ain't just me talking. You need to be ready for it. And so to have you in the backyard and just knowing what you're doing in the community for those kids and taking time to be with us today and allowing us to give you your flowers for what you're doing in this community, because it's a community. It's a community
Yes,
that they're gonna ride and die with you. And
oh,
so
no
just to
doubt.
have you there is just couldn't have anyone better. So thank you for everything that you're doing, Coach.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Go Cowboys, right? Right, Tally?
Uh, you know what? You know what? I do have to say that. I do have to say that because y'all are playing the AFC foe. So yeah, go Cowboys again. Go
Okay. All
Cowboys. I
right. All
got you.
right.
See?
That's a good thing.
You
That's
got
a
me
good
on
thing.
wax saying that. Go
Yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah.
Just because it's you, Coach. Just because it's you, my
Hey,
guy.
I appreciate that.
All right. Yes, sir. Thanks again, Coach.
Yes, sir. Y'all enjoy your weekend.
Do the same.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks.
Playboy, you made that beat.